So I wanted to do a quick reflective video about the top historical dreams. And in addition to that, I also wanted to go over some other dreams that have had a big impact on the work of other people. So now let's get started with that. Let's begin with Salvador Dali's famous painting called The Persistence of Memory. This is the one that has the watches that look like they're melting. And it's largely believed that painting was influenced by his dreams, by Dali's dreams. And there's also a story, this is just sort of a side note, that Dali had eaten some cheese that had given him a headache as he was painting that picture, and that the gooiness of the cheese influenced him to paint the melting watches. So I just thought that was a curious side note. Some other famous dreams, the famous classical musician composer Handel, his famous composition called Messiah, right? The last part of Messiah has its origins in a dream that Handel had as he was working on that particular piece. The song Yesterday by Paul McCartney had its origins in a dream that Paul had. Elias Howe realized a dream. Elias Howe was the person who created the sewing machine and had a big influence on the industrialization of clothing. So he was having trouble figuring out how to design the right type of needle to use in his sewing machine. And he was actually able to make that discovery in a dream, which is kind of an interesting one as well. He dreamt that he was in a barbaric and savage land, and that these savages had captured him, and that they put him into a pot filled with water, and they were going to boil him alive. And as the savages started to try to stab him with their spears, Elias Howe looked carefully at the tips of these spears, and from the sort of shape of the head of the spear, he realized, this is the type of needle that I need to design to make my sewing machine work. And that was how the sewing machine came into existence. So then this is also another famous one, Jack Nicklaus, the famous golfer, had a dream where he was golfing, and he realized that he was holding his golf club the wrong way. And the following day when he played, his score was significantly lower, and this contributed to him winning multiple Masters tournaments in later years. So that's another impact that dreams have had. Another one is Stephen King, the famous author, regularly draws inspiration for his books from his dreams. Bram Stoker was greatly influenced by one of his dreams, the night of March 7th, 1890, in which he had a dream charged with sexual tension, jealousy, rage, and homosexual masculinity possession undertones. In the introduction to her book Frankenstein, Mary Shelley states that she dreamed a large portion of the story. Robert Louis Stevenson is well known for dreaming his plots, including the entire story of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. From the film Avatar, even James Cameron said that he was trying to create a world reminiscent of the dream state. And he even described the world in the movie as being similar to a lucid dream in particular. And he additionally stated that he believes this dreamlike aspect of Avatar could very well be the reason why so many people have had such strong feelings of emotion and connection to the movie. And then finally, Christopher Nolan, the famous movie director, as well as he directed the film Inception also, which was based on lucid dreaming. He stated that he's had a long time interest in dreams since he was a child, and that his desire to make a film about dreaming was a reason why he made the film Inception. And there are lots of other surprising uses of lucid dreaming. If you take a look in Stephen LaBerge's book, Exploring the World of Lucid Dreaming, that's sort of like the definitive book on lucid dreaming. That was the one that busted the floodgates open and really brought lucid dreaming into the mainstream awareness. In that book, which is by Stephen LaBerge, he's sort of the man who scientifically proved that lucid dreaming is empirically possible, and his results were published in a scientific peer-reviewed journal. So Exploring the World of Lucid Dreaming, which was by LaBerge and Howard Rheingold. There's a bunch of different letters in that book from different lucid dreamers all throughout America. And so these are some of just brief synopsises of those testimonies. One of the letters from that book was from a surgeon in South Carolina, and he said that he used lucid dreaming to practice his surgeries the day before he would actually do them. And it said in the letter that he was able to eliminate virtually all unnecessary body motions and refine his surgical methods and complete his complex surgeries in waking life with 40% greater efficiency than his fellow surgeons. So that's pretty fascinating. Another letter was from a former university student that used lucid dreaming to solve molecular equations, breaking them down into ionic equations while he was having a lucid dream. And then when he or she would wake up, he would check the answers and realized about a 95% success rate, and says that he was able to have these lucid dreams up to 5 times per week. And then the next example from Exploring the World of Lucid Dreaming came from a computer programmer, and how he would have coding difficulties. He was writing code, and so in his lucid dreams he describes how he would go into an old English style parlor, and in that parlor Albert Einstein was there as a dream character, and they'd begin working on flowcharts together on a blackboard. And once the dream ended, this computer programmer would wake up and he would apply the coding solutions. And he says in the book that he had a 99% success rate using lucid dreaming to create these computer program codes. So we'll stop there with the examples, and now I'd like to sort of get into what these dreams show us and what we can sort of see from these dreams and what these dreams reveal to us. So to begin with, these dreams cover the entire spectrum of human knowledge, from science, chemistry, biology, mathematics, writing, creative writing, literature, computer programming, even surgery, creative endeavor, movies, all of these things, right? Dreams have been used to make breakthroughs and discoveries and as inspiration for all of these things. So one of the things that shows us is that dreaming and lucid dreaming are universally applicable to the entire range of human endeavor, to the entire range of human knowledge, and that we can use dreaming and we can use lucid dreaming to augment every subject under the umbrella of human endeavor. So that's pretty incredible. It shows us that there's nothing exclusive about lucid dreaming. It's not like you can only use it for one subject in particular. You can use lucid dreaming to augment and to gain breakthroughs and to gain understanding for virtually any topic, for any subject within the realm of human knowledge and understanding. So I think that that's one important observation that's worth pointing out here, is that this is universally applicable to anything. And that's part of where my my tagline, Lucid Dream Infinity, comes from. That's the idea, the infinite applications of lucid dreaming. And you can use this for virtually anything, any sort of discovery or breakthrough or imaginative endeavor, whatever it is. You can turn to lucid dreaming and use it. And I've said before that I think part of the reason why is because in the dream state, you're in a purely mental dimension. There's nothing physical in the dream world, although it may seem to be. It's not actually, in fact, physical. It's a purely mental realm. And so given that, perhaps it's possible for the mind to see connections and to understand things at a faster rate, at a faster clip than it's able to when we're awake and in our bodies and in the physical world and sort of surrounded with sensory stimulus and things like that. So by comparison, the lucid dream state is purely imagination and mental. So if you can learn how to focus your mind in that state and really bring all of your mental power to bear into a laser-like focus and really hone that ability, I think that is an incredibly powerful resource that can be used to achieve all sorts of accomplishments within the actual physical waking world. And I also think that unfortunately, this is a remarkably underused resource that's available to virtually everyone. Like we just explored, lucid dreaming is universally applicable to every sort of endeavor. Whatever your job is, there's something that you can get out of lucid dreaming that will help you, or that will give you some kind of a breakthrough or facilitate some sort of an insight into something, whatever it is. Literally, take your pick. But unfortunately, most people don't know how to lucid dream, or they aren't aware of it. In many ways, lucid dreaming has unfortunately been sort of stigmatized. You see lucid dreaming books in the New Age section, and people, have this misconception that it's sort of a hokey-pokey thing. And so part of the purpose of these videos, part of the purpose of the Lucid Dream Infinity channel, is to help begin dissolving that misconception, and for people to begin realizing that there's a real science behind this, and that this has been empirically proven to be possible by doctors at Stanford, and that the evidence has been proven and published in peer-reviewed scientific journals, that this is something that's real and it's effective and it can be used for all sorts of different things. So when people say that, there's nothing special about dreaming, or when people say that, oh, well, it was just a dream, that's not entirely fair, and that's not entirely true. I mean, granted, we do dream every night, so there are probably some dreams, perhaps a lot of our dreams, there's more to be gained from some dreams than from others. But it's definitely, I think that what we've proven here is that dreaming is something that needs to be taken a lot more seriously, because some of the most important breakthroughs in human endeavor across all of the sciences, across all of the subjects of research, have come from dreams. Engineering, mathematics, philosophy, science, imagination, creative endeavor. A lot of the most important discoveries and breakthroughs have come from lucid dreaming. and or from dreaming and lucid dreaming. So I think that that's something that we really need to begin cultivating a greater awareness of, and that that's something that we really need to begin taking more seriously, because there's so much that we can gain if we begin practicing this more adeptly and more thoroughly. And there are dimensions of mental power that are lying latent virtually in every one of us, waiting to be discovered, waiting for us to unlock them. And I think that lucid dreaming can play a very big part in the human discovery of just what a powerful thing the mind can be. So that was a big part of the purpose of making this video, doing all of this research, was to sort of show evidence and proof that these dreams and that dreaming are really powerful stuff, and that a lot of important things have been realized through dreams and through lucid dreaming. Okay, hope that this was useful, hope that you enjoyed it, and I hope that we are able together to start spreading the word that dreaming is something that needs to be taken more seriously. And hopefully this research that I've done will give us more proof and evidence and ammo to help persuade other people that dreaming and lucid dreaming aren't just some hokey pokey, farty-tarty, hippy-dippy nonsense. This is real stuff, and that we should and we need to start paying more attention to it and taking it more seriously. Alright folks, that's it. I had a great time making these videos. Hope you enjoyed watching them, and until the next time, this is Lucid Dream Infinity signing out.